The Life and Times of Persimmon Wilson, a novel by Nancy Peacock. This is a really tough, powerful book. I think powerful is an overused word, but this one is. Persimmon Wilson is actually, Persimmon sounded like a woman's name when I checked it out, but it's actually a man. And he is, in this story, about to be hung. And he was a slave. It deals with slavery, Native Americans, both of whose mistreatment is felt on a very human level, expressed with pretty much very clear, a lot of clarity. And it's a first-person story. So Persimmon starts the story as somebody who's about to be hung. And then you go through his life, you find out about the woman he loved. You also learn, you deal with some of the issues, like what happens when some of the color challenges. So a lot of times, for example, house slaves were a lot fairer than the slaves that were in the fields, because they had to serve, and so they had to be seen. You see the interrelationships between white people and black people in Louisiana. You learn a little bit about the Native Americans and their mistreatment. It is hard to read, and actually the author talks about that at the end, and how sometimes you have to read hard to read things. And I admit that I started and put down this book a number of times, read a number of books in between the beginning and the end of reading this book. But it was worth reading, and it's good or bad, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not ruining it, but it's not like it has a happy ending. It's a truthful ending. But it's worth reading. The Life and Times of Persimmon Wilson by Nancy Peacock.